Hello and welcome everyone here at BASF booth at K-Fair 2019 and everyone who logged on to the live stream. This is the live talk on introducing the first additive extrusion platform designed for industrial additive manufacturing at scale. With me here talking about this topic is Blake Teipel from Essentium. He's the CEO. And Volker Hammes, who is the Managing Director of BASF New Business GmbH and leading this initiative. Thank you both for being here.
Of course, thanks for having me.
So Blake, we have a wonderful chance here to speak about something which is at our hearts. Probably you introduce a little bit what is Essentium standing for, why have you founded that company, and what is your vision and why we are working together.
Yeah, thank you so much, Volker. So Essentium is here to provide real solutions for factory floors. So our manufacturing platform is an extrusion additive platform that uses a wide variety of materials. I have a couple of examples here today, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, but Essentium is really designed to go right after the heart of the manufacturer. Okay, so not so much the maker or the tinkerer, but really folks who are building real parts that go into vehicles like we can see here, this excellent example of technology demonstrator behind us, as well as many other industries such as aerospace, footwear, and consumer goods.
Yeah, and this whole idea needs not only new materials, wider choice of materials, which we could probably do a lot ourselves. And we have also partnered with Essentium at the beginning because they were a material company from a start. But then we realized in order to really advance additive manufacturing beyond prototyping, beyond manufacturing of personalized items into more scaled production of functional parts, we need to rethink the entire ecosystem. Starting with the business model, making it much more open so that the customer has a choice to select materials they really want. And secondly, of course, to think from the beginning that it is automated, that it's a digital workflow, and that we have equipment in place that is robust, fast, and so on. And I think here, Essentium had a second phase in its development, and a few people joined the company that are very special. Please.
But I heard like the challenges were more than just the material itself, right? And now Volker was talking about ecosystem. What other challenges did you face?
Yeah, thank you. So absolutely, the ecosystem sort of had to transform into an ecosystem where really the future is sort of belonging to the customer. And so I've been delighted that's something that is a worldview, it's a mindset that BASF and Essentium share together. It's no longer an OEM, first vision, but it is a customer first vision. And so just as Volker said, Essentium started out as a materials company, a materials research company. We've sort of helped to work with some amazing collaborators to overcome a couple of the primary challenges which have prevented extrusion additive from being a relevant manufacturing technology, namely the Z-directional strength. So we came up with a technology called FlashFuse, which combines electrically conductive nanoparticles with electromagnetic fields inside of 3D printers. So we sort of demonstrated that if you change the energy source inside the printer and capitalize on dielectric properties of polymers and nanocomposites, then you can provide real solutions for customers. So we started incorporating BASF chemistries and some of the applications know-how as well at BASF for many years now. And as Volker said, really it's about the ecosystem. So you need a really high-speed manufacturing platform. So we were able to sort of expand the franchise about 2 years ago now. Essentium has been working on a high-speed extrusion machine, which is sort of designed really to be kind of like an injection molding machine of the 3D printing world. So if you sort of think about an injection molding machine, the value really is comprised in what that molding machine does for the polymer, right, for that material. And so that's how we think about the high-speed extrusion machine. So BASF, I'm grateful to say, has been one of our beta testers early on. And so thanks to the help of BASF and other beta testers, Essentium is now able to ship high-speed extrusion platforms to customers in factory environments. And I'm delighted to say we have a couple of customers in particular going right into production for factory floor solutions using this technology. So it's an exciting time, I think, for certainly Essentium, and I think for our colleagues as well at BASF, for us to bring true ecosystem solutions together. So maybe I'll just talk about these parts for a brief minute.
Yes.
So this part, for example, is a jig. Also could be similar to a fixture used on a factory floor. The base chemistry for this part is a TPU. It's an 80 short A TPU, which typically is quite difficult to 3D print at speed. In addition, Essentium kind of put our special wrapper around the outside, which makes it ESD safe. So ESD stands for electrostatically dissipative materials. So this material can actually be clean room safe and factory floor safe for semiconductor industry, manufacturing, printed circuit board assembly. And if you think about it, the industry applications that architectures like these materials unlock transcend industry. And that's what I think Volker and I are so excited about, is that customers everywhere, whether you manufacture phones or shoes or computers or planes, everything has a circuit board, especially in the Internet of Things and IoT, Industry 4.0. So we're excited to work together to bring these solutions and applications to factory floors across the world.
And it's very special also in a way, our partnership, that we from the beginning thought about this. If we want to make it at scale, if we want to make it relevant, we have to make it globally available. So we are also working together and building region for region the global supply chain of all these materials, so that a customer, whoever they have factories, can have the same material locally produced. And also adding into the one of the value propositions of 3D printing, that is, you do everything at the place of consumption or near the place of consumption. So that is the idea behind business-to-business economics in materials. Again, a change also in the business model, because additive extrusion was for decades confined by business models where the printer manufacturer sold the materials at fantastically high prices, with this giving all the warranty, and that is for prototyping. You print just the button of the machine and it can produce 10,000 of different parts you don't have to worry about. But this is not what is needed in scaled manufacturing. You do a few parts on that machines, but these needs to be done very fast, very efficient, cost effective, and that is what we try to do together.
Yeah.
So he was just talking about speed, right?
Yeah.
Could you give an estimate of, if I was to, upload this as a model and then have this printed, how fast could we have 10 of those?
So 10 of these parts, that would be several hours to produce 10 of these parts, which I think is down from a day or more using legacy technologies. So speed is certainly one of the advantages that we're delighted to bring to the market with our high-speed extrusion platform. But I want to talk again just about that ecosystem and what that unlocks for scale, right? So Essentium talks about scale a little bit. That's one of the things that we share again with our partners here at BASF. And scale, you have to think about not actually confining the word scale to mean a certain amount of number of items, because if you produce planes, aircraft, then you produce tens of airplanes a year, and that's full scale. If you produce phones, you produce 10 million in a quarter, right? And that's scale. But the whole point is the business model has to be an open model. It has to be a model where the economics provide the opportunity to scale. And so, yes, it's about speed. Yes, it's about material choice. But ultimately, at the end of the day, all manufacturers are constrained by economics. And so if we can together bring supply chains to sort of the next level by offering production opportunity that, as Volker has said, is close to consumption, then I think we offer amazing opportunities for new models. And that's where we see additive manufacturing is right now together. Wouldn't you agree, Volker?
Yeah, and when you look at additive extrusion, the major consumption of materials today, that are just two. It's PLA and ABS. It's for prototyping, it's for having first samples in your hands, but these materials are limited really with what they can do in a demanding application. So we bring now carbon fiber reinforced polyamides. We bring these ESD TPU, we have a few other things, high temperature thermoplastics, and we always think coming from the application. What is needed to make the part successful in the use case? And then we develop the right material, and this Essentium platform is a platform that can be tuned then to master all these materials in the extrusion process.
Okay, let me talk to or ask you about the future, right? So we were talking about global scale. We were talking about being close to customers in different regions, in different locations. So what's your joint plan on, getting there?
Yeah, so I mean, certainly as Volker has said, the future has to rely on open models, has to rely on supply chain solutions that are consistent worldwide. So obviously something BASF excels at. You have the same Ultramid available in Italy and Japan and Texas, for example. And so that's got to be a key feature, that your supply chain is stable, it's consistent, and it's reliable. That is one of the major adders that unlocks scale. And then again, the future has to rely on economics built for use in production, not built for use in prototyping. So those are the two main attributes, I would say, of scale: economics, availability, consistency, things like that.
And probably I speak a little bit with regard to that. Why are we doing it in a separate legal entity at BASF? We are a kind of startup. We are a business build-up unit. And with this, we can act very agile. We can collaborate. Co-innovation with third parties is actually the norm for us. It's not the exception. And we look for those who are really in it to shake the establishment and to really advance this. But at the end of the day, we are building a business for our industries, the customers we are already serving today. So for the automotive customers, for the consumer industry, for medical, whoever. And there, this business we are building, or the solutions we are developing, they add to the innovation space we can make accessible to our customers. And that is why we do it passionately, because we know it will end up at big BASF one day, and help making our customers more successful.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Just one thing to add really quickly.
Sure.
So as Volker has said, innovation is happening across industries. Again, automotive, aerospace, apparel, consumer goods. And so every major manufacturing company today is looking at additive manufacturing or 3D printing and trying to design their strategy for the future. And so there are a few, I would say a handful, a small handful really, of, I would say, companies in the manufacturing space who have, I would say, a mature, functional strategy for additive manufacturing at scale. And so, the industry is kind of nascent. Additive manufacturing is a bit nascent as you think about global manufacturing, which is, of course, a huge industry. But that's where we believe that partnerships such as Essentium and BASF working together, as well as with high-tech software solution providers like at Materialize, these partnerships bring together an ecosystem of solutions where customers feel like they can incorporate aspects of that ecosystem into their strategy and then become successful in manufacturing using additive. And that's really what we're excited to help bring to customers.
So let's grow together. Let's continue this in the future. It sounds very great. It's very interesting. And I think having this developed together and being able to deliver on a global scale to different industries is something we should and are aiming for.
Absolutely.
Thank you both for being here.
Thanks, Blake.
Thanks, Volker. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Thank
pleasure
you.
as well. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Alex.
And
Come join us, learn more. Thank you guys so much. Yeah.
Thank you for everyone being here, and thank you listening on the live stream. Bye-bye.